So let's head off down to the start. Here is a heat of the Wyfold Challenge Cup. Fantastic, isn't it? You're at Henley Regatta and two crews have come all the way from the Southern Hemisphere. Upper Yarra Rowing Club on the Berkshire station there. On the left of your picture, the Melbourne-based crew and Wairau Rowing Club from the northern tip of the Southern Island in New Zealand. And this is a heat of the Wyfold Challenge Cup for Club 4s. Wairau just having to correct their steering. It's a common fault that we see. You go close to the boys and then you kind of bottle out a little bit if you're steering, and the stroke man Joe Trappett has really decided discretion is the better part of valor. He'd rather be away from the boys and the booms, Alex.
Yeah, Martin, it's very difficult. I've steered this course many times in the Costas 4, and coming off the end of the island, you know, you really worried about when you hit the booms, because basically when you come off the end of this, a bit of a gap, and you could basically go directly in them. So it kind of psychologically pushes you towards the crew on the other side, and then you end up steering back, and it can really cost you. So you have to hold your nerve. But
so that was the start. Let's have a little look at what happens in the middle of the race, and we can see the crew from Upper Yarra, the Victorian crew from Australia, looking really very strong. They were much quicker yesterday than the Wairau crew, 2 minutes. They did post it to the barrier, 2:05, the Wairau crew. So I guess this isn't a surprise. How do you rate what they're doing, Alex?
yeah, to me they look the smoother crew, a little bit longer, a little bit more relaxed. The New Zealand crew looks a bit stronger, physically stronger. Typically that's what happens when you get guys out of New Zealand. But the Aussies are moving very nicely well.
So Wairau slightly coming back into it.
I mean, they're holding on, aren't they? I mean, if you can see the contrast in techniques, you've got the Yarra crew there, slightly higher rating, maybe a little bit longer in the water, and then you've got these, you know, very strong-looking Kiwis, lower rating, but they're hanging in there, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely, hanging in there. The Kiwi, stroked by Joe Trappett, the 27-year-old, racing for his third time at Henley Regatta, backed up by Tufi Sella in the 3 seats, project manager in his time off from rowing, that is Josh Earl, and then Troy O'Reilly, the 25-year-old, in the bow seats. And they will know they're in contact with Upper Yarra, and Upper Yarra look comfortable. It's kind of just about clear water, but close. I mean, could we be in for a really storming finish here, Alex?
I think it's difficult to tell, Mark. I mean, with the shot before, it looked very close, and then when you're looking behind it, it looked very much in Upper Yarra's favour. I think being on the inside here as they come up against the enclosures, they definitely have a little bit more of an advantage. But yeah, what amazes me about New Zealand, their rowers and their athletes, they're very, very tough guys. They're hard men and women, and you know, you can't write them off.
Yeah, Edward Digger-Walmsley in the stroke seat, the 21-year-old, had to have emergency appendix surgery last year, and that disrupted his Henley campaign. But he's doing a great job, former Geelong College first 8 rower. Behind him, James McCann in the 2 seat and 3 seat from Xavier College in Melbourne, 22 years of age. Hamish Rowlands, he's the old guy in the crew, Alex, not your age or my age, 34 years of age, won the Thames Cup in 2011, and then in the bows, Chris Hargreaves, 24 years of age. You can see on the crew on the right, that's the back of Chris Hargreaves, who was a trainee teacher. So these guys will be rowing in their spare time. I mean, how difficult is that to sort of work and train?
Martin, is very tough, very, very tough. I think I only tried it once in 2016, and you're doing your ergos at 5 o'clock in the morning or on the water, and you know, everything's fit around work and playing and stuff, so fair play. Martin, I think Upper Yarra look to have it. To me, they've got a slightly higher rating, keeping it ticking along all the way down the course. But fair play to New Zealand.
So the men from Wairau desperately trying to get back, but the finish is approaching. They're nearly going to cross it now. The Victorians from Upper Yarra in Australia, they take this heat of the Wyfold Challenge Cup. The winners will go on to face Molesey or Star Club. We'll see them later today, and Wairau come in about a length behind Upper Yarra.